YouTube.
How did YouTube go from a failed dating site teetering on bankruptcy to becoming the second most visited website in the world, worth hundreds of billions of dollars? The story of YouTube isn't just about a website. It's a saga of chaos, luck, and reinvention. From the birth of the creator economy to the scandals of the apocalypse and everything in between. And trust me, it gets wild. This is the insane history of YouTube. The story begins in an unlikely place, the headquarters of PayPal, 1999. At the time, PayPal was a scrappy startup battling for survival in the early internet gold rush. Among its employees were three men, Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jawed Karim. Together, they became fast friends, bound not just by work, but by a shared obsession with how the internet was evolving. Over coffee breaks, they dream of creating their own online company, something that could make them rich or maybe even change the world. But dreams rarely go as planned. When eBay acquired PayPal in 2002, the culture shifted overnight. The excitement faded. The work became routine. One by one, the trio left. Chad moving into design, Jawed returning to university, and Steve briefly joining a small, fast-growing company called Facebook. Still, the three stayed in touch, searching for the right idea. By 2005, they found inspiration in a curious website called Hot or Not, where strangers uploaded photos for others to rate. What if, they wondered, people could upload videos instead of photos? The concept was simple: show yourself, get rated, and maybe connect. They even had the perfect name, YouTube. U because the focus was on the user, and Tube as a nod to old television sets. Their first slogan, tune in, hook up, launched on Valentine's Day 2005. YouTube was, quite literally, intended to be a video dating site. But the idea flopped. Almost nobody uploaded dating videos. The founders even offered women on Craigslist $20 just to make a profile. But the site remained a ghost town. It looked like months of work had been wasted. Yet by accident, something far more powerful had been created. Instead of dating profiles, people were uploading home videos, cat clips, snowboarding fails, awkward stunts. YouTube wasn't being used for romance. It was being used for fun. And within a month, tens of thousands of visitors were arriving every day. The founders realized they had to pivot. YouTube was no longer a dating site. It was becoming a digital library for video itself. And unlike competitors, it had a secret weapon: timing.
When YouTube was a dating site, we received 0 video uploads for a week, right? And then let's just make it into a generic video site where you can upload anything. And that's when we really started seeing the videos.
Back in the early 2000s, video sharing websites struggled with huge barriers. Video files were massive, internet speeds were slow, and every camera used different file formats that rarely worked together. Watching an online video was often frustrating, if not impossible. But YouTube used Adobe Flash, a free plugin that converted any video format into one universal standard. Suddenly, videos could be streamed in small chunks, loaded quickly, and shared by simply sending a link. What had once been clunky and inaccessible was now effortless. And that small leap of technology changed everything. As videos spread, so did the phenomenon of virality. Funny clips began circulating on MySpace. At the time, the world's largest social network. Videos like Evolution of Dance, David After Dentist, and Charlie Bit My Finger spread like wildfire. Each share brought more visitors, more uploads, and even more viral hits. It was a perfect snowball effect. But behind the scenes, YouTube was on the brink of collapse. Every video had to be stored on physical servers, and hosting costs were skyrocketing. Steve Chen had initially signed a hosting deal for just $129 a month. But as uploads exploded, the bill soared into the thousands, all being charged to his personal credit card. Worse still, YouTube wasn't making a cent in revenue. Each new user, while exciting, was costing them money. By mid-2005, YouTube looked doomed. That is, until a twist of fate changed everything. At a casual barbecue, Jawed Karim bumped into an old PayPal colleague who was struggling to share his honeymoon videos online. Jawed offered to help him upload them to YouTube. Impressed, the colleague introduced the trio to Sequoia Capital, one of Silicon Valley's most powerful venture firms. Within weeks, YouTube had secured $3.5 million in funding. It wasn't glamorous. The team crammed into a tiny office above a pizza shop with rats scurrying in the walls. But it was enough to keep YouTube alive, and that mattered, because soon the world's biggest companies, from MySpace to Google, would declare war. YouTube's growth was unstoppable. The introduction of the subscribe button created a new kind of community online, creators who made videos for YouTube itself and audiences who returned daily to follow them. By early 2006, millions were watching daily, and a new breed of celebrity emerged. Not actors, not musicians, but ordinary people with a camera. The YouTuber was born. But with growth came controversy. Users were uploading copyrighted music, TV shows, even entire movies. By 2006, YouTube was being compared to Napster. the infamous file-sharing platform that had been sued into oblivion. Media giants began circling with lawsuits that could destroy the company before it had a chance to mature. And yet, to everyone's shock, in October 2006, just 18 months after launch, Google bought YouTube for $1.65 billion.
Thanks to Google.
This is Chad and Steve. We're the co-founders of the site, and we just want to say thank you. Today we have some exciting news for you. We've been acquired by Google.
For a website still losing money, it was a staggering sum. But Google saw what others didn't. YouTube wasn't just a video platform. It was the future of media. Google's first challenge was survival. They built Content ID, a system that allowed copyright holders to track and monetize their content, turning lawsuits into revenue streams. At the same time, Google introduced widespread advertising, and in 2007 launched the YouTube Partner Program, giving creators 55% of the ad revenue. This was revolutionary. Suddenly, people could turn hobbies into careers. Aspiring filmmakers, comedians, teachers, and gamers no longer needed Hollywood, record labels, or universities for permission. For the first time in history, anyone could broadcast themselves to the world and get paid for it. It was the birth of the creator economy. New stars emerged: Smosh, iJustine, Jenna Marbles, PewDiePie. Entire genres flourished: vlogs, sketches, gaming, tutorials, and eventually professional-grade documentaries. But this golden age came with a darker side. Monetization brought clickbait, scandal, and controversy. And as advertisers grew uneasy, YouTube would soon face an existential crisis. By 2016, YouTube had over 1 billion users and billions in ad revenue. But it was also struggling with extremism, fake news, and graphic content. When advertisers discovered their logos appearing beside extremist videos, panic ensued. Brands like Coca-Cola and AT&T pulled their ads overnight. A mass boycott followed, sparking what became known as the apocalypse. Desperate to win advertisers back, YouTube deployed aggressive algorithms to demonetize or remove videos that weren't advertiser-friendly. But the algorithms went too far. Entire channels vanished. Thousands of creators lost their income without warning. For many, it wasn't just lost revenue, it was their livelihoods. And then came 2017, the Logan Paul scandal, PewDiePie controversies, and mounting pressure from mainstream media. YouTube found itself caught in a storm of bad press, corporate scrutiny, and cultural backlash. The dream of a free, open video platform now carried the weight of global responsibility. YouTube's story is one of constant reinvention. From a failed dating site to the beating heart of the creator economy, its journey mirrors the history of the internet itself. Chaotic, unpredictable, and impossible to control. But as YouTube continues to shape culture, politics, and entertainment for billions around the world, a deeper question remains. Did YouTube change the world, or did the world change YouTube?